Hey there, it's Anna Bradshaw, Craft with Anna. I'm going to be making a really fun layout today and I'm really excited. I just couldn't wait to get in here, and as a matter of fact I was trying really hard to be good. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I hurry up and did my laundry before I get in here, so I was speed folding like you've never seen before. But I've got this great picture to scrap today. It is the Bundro 4 generation picture taken just a couple weeks ago. I've got my pop-up, my dad, my younger brother, older brother, and his son Dylan. Isn't he so cute? And I saw this magazine layout that inspired me. I guess I'm going, that doesn't look like what I thought I was going to be making. It's on this side. Okay, so this is from the July-August 2012 Creating Keepsakes. And I am going to pretty much duplicate this layout almost exactly like this, but of course with my own papers. Isn't that what we love to do, scrap lifting? So I have already got almost all my papers cut out here, and because I was really wanting to get it crafted, and then I was like, oh, this would make a great video. Okay, so I cleared up all of the fun stuff that was stacked on top of there from when I built my layout, and I just wanted to show you a couple of different things. When I chose my matting, see they have a white border around theirs. I didn't want a white border around this picture because of the wood tones, so I went with this piece of paper from 7 Gypsies, and I'll tell you why I chose to cut this corner as opposed to the other corners. I noticed that this picture has a lot of gold tones to it, and I wanted to bring the highlight of the gold tones up in this direction because that's where my title will be. And also this corner with my brother's jeans is very dark, and this corner with the light in here and my dad's cargo pants is very light, so I also wanted that to contrast with the black here and kind of fade in against that black background. So that's why I did that. It's my little attempt at explaining some design theory to you. Okay, so I have a couple of papers from Close to My Heart. These are, again, old B&T or double-sided papers from Close to My Heart. I believe this is the Emporium line, and I thought that the blue in this paper went perfectly with my little nephew's blue sweater. So some of the elements that I was lifting from this layout are the square edge background and then corners rounded. So I rounded the corner of my blue background that's a contrast color, and then my dark contrast, the top layer, I went ahead and did black and I rounded those corners. And then they have this border. By the way, this is a layout by Shannon Brower, and she put this border strip here, so I've got this piece of paper from S.E.I. It's their Windsor line. It's kind of a shiny texture. I just love the pattern on both sides, but I really like this pattern the most. I thought the gold kind of mimicked the circles of that background paper I have. Then down underneath her journaling square she has a bit of stripe paper, and this happened to be, I was going to use the green, and then it turned over and I was like, oh look, that's striped just like the picture, let's go with that. So this is S.E.I. paper also, and it has gold stripes. Isn't that fun? So all this gold is coming together to mimic the gold of the lighting and the wood paneling there in my pop-up's living room. So I took just a regular square of that B&T Emporium paper, and I put a little sticker on top of it. And these stickers were nested together with another sticker on the top, and I thought it kind of looked like a Polaroid frame or something like that, sticking off the edge, or at least it gives this negative space, makes it kind of interesting. That's what I was thinking. Maybe you'll think it just looks like, why didn't she put another piece of sticker there, you know. That's what I was thinking when I made it. And then instead of journaling down here, I want to fill in that space with these word phrases. And so I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out how I got all those pieces together. and I'll show you how it goes. Alright, so I tried my best to figure out the placement of the all these sentiment stickers down here at the bottom, and I have no idea how I originally had it, but it seemed like there was a better pattern when I was doing it before. Anyway, one little trick I was going to show you, and I'm sure that if you are in any way skilled at crafting whatsoever, you probably know this, but I just take my little barbecue skewer, and that's how I poke out the holes of these little tiny frames so that those pesky little dots that are left inside there don't you know, stay in there and just look kind of unfinished on my page. So that's one little trick I was thinking of as I was putting all my stickers down here. One thing that's pretty fun to do with those little holes is to fill them in with brads. So I did not remove the holes here because I plan on punching through there with brads. So I've got all these little stickers that I pulled from my stash of tons and tons of all kinds of sentiment stickers. That's one thing that I love to buy. Word and phrase stickers, and in the olden days, vellum. I don't know. I think because I always had a hard time with journaling previous to the last couple years, and so if I could buy something that said what I wanted to say, that was a lot more realistic for me in getting some heartfelt words down on the paper. But I found that with a little practice, journaling is quite a bit easier, and you know, it's so important to leave your legacy and words behind for your family. So I put some pop dots on the back of this sentiment sticker here too. This is from I think it's an LEI or S.E.I. Sticker sheet too. These are Heidi Grace stickers, and I think I'm going to put it right down here so that it kind of says friends, family, gathered together in a staggered fashion. And I want it to overlap both the frame up here and the heart and this gather sticker. So I'm just kind of moving it around to see where I like it the best. I don't want it to have a little gap here by the heart. And I also don't want to cover up this wording here. And so I think what I'm going to do is try to line it up here with this little hump of the bracket. And I think that looks nice. It's pleasing to my eye anyway, and that's what matters here today. Now I've got all my word stickers down here. I want to start working on where I'm going to place all of these things up here. And I still have this border strip that I want to put on here. So I think it was a good idea for me to wait until I had all my letter stickers down before placing this border strip. Because I didn't know, I didn't know where it was going to go, and that way I wasn't cramped, and allowed me to be a little bit more free with how much space things got on here. And I'm not really feeling this frame anymore, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to try taking this off, and I already like that a lot better. And then, I just cannot bear to throw things away, so I took the outline of this sticker here and just cut around, where the extra print had been on the outside of it. And I'm going to use that to embellish up here. I plan on putting part of the title right here. So I think I will overlap with the heart on the border and that sticker. And I guess I should take that sticker off and actually apply it before I put things over it. And it's not centered, and it's not lined up on either side, and that's okay for me. So now I'm going to go ahead and put these guys down to paper. And I want them fairly low because I'm going to write their name up here. And I'm hoping to find some white kind of cursive type letters. And along with this little cutout that I had saved, I had also saved these extra pieces of the sticker. On this little bracket, I used the insert and I just popped it up on pop dots to give it a little dimension. So I wanted it to be filled in there. But I didn't want to do that with these other ones. I put the, you know, stuff here, and I had the family and that side, that one, so I'll just save that for another time. But even sticker outlines like this, I just cut around it with my stickers, and then I have an extra little frame, or sometimes I'll put the frame that I've cut out underneath the sticker and then pop it up on pop dots, just for that extra little dimension and attention to detail. And these are kind of fun. I mean, it's just one little thing that you don't have to make, and especially this little sticker, it's got burlap on the edges, and I don't know. If you're one of those people who can't bear to throw things away, you know exactly what I'm doing with that. So I'm going to look for some coordinating blings and brads to go here and those letter stickers. I picked out an assortment of buttons and pearls. These are all from Close to My Heart. These kind of fancy buttons here, they're probably pretty hard to see, but those are from the Bohemian assortment, and that was a really fun pack because it came with some crocheted flowers and things like that too. And I really like these opaque pearls in the brown. Brown isn't a color that I think to buy usually, but I use a lot of it. Seems like my brown letter stickers are always first to get used up. So I'm looking for a small font to go over here. I wanted to say 4th Gen, and I thought it would be fun if on the number 4 I could use this arrow for the TH, 4th, on top of the arrow pointing to the picture. So that's what I'm hoping to do with that. I have a number of options here. I have these blue postage stamp letters out, and I just can't decide if they really match. You know, I don't know, match isn't quite the right word I'm looking for, but it just seems like they're too bright for this. It seems like they detract from the photo and the warmth of the lighting. So just talking about that helped me to bag that idea. I think what I'm going to go with are these letter stickers from Fancy Pants, because they're a nice brown that's kind of the same color that these gray shirts from my aunt's brew pub. They're turning out kind of brown in the photo, so that's what I think I'm gonna go for that. And then I also found these Debbie Mum collector stickers in the same exact colors that I'm using on my layout, so I'm going to use those instead of the white to spell out Bundro up there. And you've seen me do this before, but I'm going to work backwards when I build my title, and I'm going to overlap both the photo, the mat, and that background mat, I guess. I said both, but there's 3 layers there. So now I have to be a little bit quiet and think, so that I can spell this name correctly.
I'm a rocket ship, picking up speed, moving so fast you can't even see me. I swerve side to side.
Alright, I got all my letters laid out to spell the last name of Bundro, B-U-N-D-R-O. I'm going to go ahead and start making my 4th Gen over here. I figured out where I wanted my TH to go, and where my arrow is going to go. So now I'm going to get my super snazzy punching tool, which is actually just a thumbtack, and I started to make my hole, and then I realized I could probably lift up these middle layers and not punch all the way through to the back. So so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm just so intent on doing that that I almost forget to put my little arrow on, so I gotta do that again. I like it when the brads don't go all the way through the paper, but if they do, I just put a little piece of washi tape over the back so that when I'm sliding my papers in and out of the sheet protectors, they don't get caught. I'm trying to find some homes for these little buttons. I found a chipboard button that is a little acorn, and these guys are pretty nutty, so I thought that had to go on there, and I'm going to use some glue dots to go ahead and stick these down. And I'm not quite sure where I want to put them, but as soon as I find a place where they look good, I'm just, I'm going to go for it. I never did fill in the other side of the red tab because, like I said, I like the way that the color peeks through, but a little button on one side is fine. Thought about lifting up that sticker to move it over, but no, and that's kind of part of the process of playing around and finding homes for things. Oh, there's a nice little home for it. And so now I'm going to work on my journaling, and I could have written my journaling and then adhered it, but I'm just going to go ahead and write directly on my paper, because the worst that can happen is it turns out crummy and I'll just stick another piece of paper over it. And the best that can happen is that it turns out perfect the first time. Sometimes when I'm making my words, my brain is thinking faster than my pen can go, and maybe I make the wrong letter and I have to kind of figure out what else I could say using what I've already written and the letters, and you know what I mean. So that's going to happen to me at the end here, and I'm looking for the right word, and I start to write nothing a whole bunch of times, and then finally I just figure out, okay, I'm just gonna put something down there. It doesn't hurt my feelings, and it's not gonna hurt their feelings if it's not the best phrase. Okay, I've got my layout completed. I love the way it turned out. It's got just the right amount of whimsy that I like, with the buttons kind of following your eye down the page. And I did end up replacing that number 4 cork thicker with this canvas number from Close to My Heart. And the other thing that ended up kind of funny is that I put this arrow in here. I didn't realize it would keep spinning around, so I got to put a little glue dot under there. And the journaling reads, separated by distance, but always close in our thoughts, these Bundro Boys are real men, caring with just the right amount of macho on show. And my daughter Sunday's in here crafting with me today, and she sounds like she's got a little macho going on in her pants. So I'm going to go take care of her. Thanks for stopping by for another Craft with Anna adventure. Check out my blog postings, send on my links to friends that you know. And if you've got any questions or comments, I'd love to read them. Thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful day.
I'm a run race car, and I'm gonna go far. But for now it's just run on a one-way track. I just love how it feels flying around